Okay, and then. Alright. I'm going to take this piece of grass here, put it in there. Take this piece of grass here and Alright, so I'm starting work on the new pieces for the map. I've already mapped out the basic lines for cutting these. I hate working with the styrofoam. Here's one of those ones where it's a great thing to work with because it's nice, it's lightweight, blah blah blah, but on the other hand, it is a pain in the arse. Now, I pre-marked all the lines I have to work with, and I took out the measurements. And as soon as, okay, the measurements on the map are, this part I'm currently cutting is a great wall. It's 48 inches long. It's going to be a wall that goes across the entire board. Then it's going to be 3 squares wide, 4 squares high. The styrofoam is a pain in the ass to work with. Having to cut it is the hardest part of working with it. But, as I was saying with the sizes, it's 48. Anyways, I have to cut I'm just cutting them into strips to start with. The strips that I need to complete everything. Divvy up the portions because these things cut like hell and they never cut straight and they never cut right. So all you can do is try your damn best and cut it as few times as possible. So just cut it into chunks and then cut it down from there. That's all I can suggest. Mark your lines really well. I gouged my first tracer lines in. It helps pull it a little straight, but it only helps a little. I can't cut a straight line with a ruler, so never have. I just can't cut a straight line. I don't know why. They're slightly just bent and crooked and whatnot. Who cares? You don't, I don't. No one cares. Alright. Okay, that's all my pieces I need for the wall and for other. We'll concentrate on the wall first. These pieces here are going to make up the bulk of the giant wall. The Great Wall, as I'm calling it, that's going to go across. It's 48 inches. Pieces are going to leave a little extra on the end, but that's no big deal. A little extra is always useful. But what's going to happen is it should measure out to 4 1-foot sections. The reason I've opted to go with 4 1-foot sections is just to make it so, you know, like you can destroy chunks of the wall. Or, I can make it more versatile to play that way, basically, is what it boils down to. Now, when doing this, when I did the measurements, I had to, when cutting the pieces, make sure to factor in the width of the foam. This was a problem in the past. So when I'm doing these pieces here this time, that are for the center, instead of cutting this at 3 wide and then placing it on top of these pieces and having to cut these shorter, and I would have to cut something shorter because of it to compensate, and I just ramble on about it, and yeah, it's just a rambling problem. Ah, there you go, it's a rambling problem. Okay. Now, if you're using foam, you can go for it and say it's an exact science, and you can do it exactly, and blah, 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 and if you can, go for it. Me, I can't cut straight lines, so it's okay, it's no big deal, right? But here's I gotta cut one here as well. I try and do this as exact as I can, you know. Hope for the best case that it lines up in the end. That's really all I need, I need to line up. And they need to be, approximate size. And not look too shitey, because you don't want it to be all shitey. No, not shitey, no, not at all, no. Okay. Continue on here. Now, you'll notice there's a lot of foam blowing about here as I go on it. Styrofoam causes this problem. It is a downside using it. You get a lot of foam all over the place. Last time I did this, I had the vacuum non-stop on standby to clean it all up. This time I'm not bringing that in the basement to do it because this time I'm doing it in the basement as opposed to last time we did it upstairs. So I have to clean it up right away. This time I'm just going to say, fuck it, I don't want to do it up right away. Because I am a bad person that way. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got one side. We got the other side. Technically, I think these sides are supposed to be like this. And then we got the middle side, right? Okay, that's what we're hoping. Alright, now. Nails are fantastic. You can kind of use them just like push pins and this stuff. I'm going to use some rather large ones. Now, this is just a temporary solution. I'm not using nails here. The actual plan is to use screws afterwards. You gotta screw it good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta screw it good. But you need at least something temporary until you can put those in, so this will work. Sorry, my hands are probably in the way, but I'm trying to do this at my convenience, not at yours. My apologies for my rudeness, but no one's got to play with this fucking thing. And like I said, you can do it like push pins. It's pretty simple that way, really. Look at me, Mr. Dress-Up! Okay, I know. Some people are going to say that was just an insult to Mr. Dress-Up, and I might have to agree. But you don't want to know it's in my typical terms, right? Okay. Or do you? Maybe now you're a little piqued and interested. You want to say, yes, yes, we do want to know what's in your tail trunk. To which I go, well, too fucking bad. Okay. There we go. Check it out. One section done. This is 4 squares high. I mean, not done, obviously, but, you know. This is 4 sections high. So when you're coming up squares, you can up forward. And as you see, fits in there more or less. Perfect, you know. You're going to have little pieces you're going to have to trim off, whatever. It's okay. Just like this gaps up here. Last time I used duct tape to fill it in. I don't know if I'll use duct tape this time. This time I might, I think I'm going to get some silicone this time and use a silicone seal on it. Then paint over top of that. I think it might work a little better than it did when I used the duct tape. But duct tape does work. It's a good temp solution. I mean, it holds up well. It just gets ripply and weird and fucked up and stupid. What are you going to do about it? You know, you got to do what you got to do, right? And that's what I did. Okay. Now when you do this, kind of sort of try and match it up a little bit. Do the best you can. It will help you out in the long run. And also, don't screw it in right away. Definitely nail it first before you screw it. Okay. Nail it before you screw it, because it's a lot easier to remove the nails without just totally destroying the structure of it. Yeah, there's another piece. Or if you like, here we go. Ready? Yeah, there is a slight gap there, unfortunately. You can see it, but not too much you can do about it. I mean, oh, maybe you can. Look at that. Make sure you get the pieces lined up right. Just take the time and pick them out. They line up a little nicer. All right, so carry it on then. There's a little ray of light, a little glimmer there. Like a little glimmer. Is that rainbow bright glimmer? I don't remember. No rainbow bright clicks. That would be wrong. E-Man clicks would be nice. E-Man clicks would be uber cool. And they were comic booky. Get some nice E-Man clicks. Probably won't be able to do because of Mattel, which kind of stuff. But you know, would be cool. I have to say, though, I would really like to see a Ash from Army of Darkness clip. He was in Marvel Zombies. I realize that he is property of someone else as well, so you gotta get special permission. But come on, Sam's obviously a fan. And I'm sure they could all use the extra 5 cents a click or whatever the fuck else it costs you. I think it'd be cool. I think many people would like to see that. Give me a hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Give me a hell yeah. Now, try and have a bunch of nails around. If you find yourself kind of questing for nails that you need. Hoping for the best, you know? Here we go. Okay. Focus. Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. Once again, not perfect. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, it's not perfect, but it is playable. So there you go, check it out. And try and pick the best way to line it possible. You're always going to have a problem with the styrofoam never matching exactly. That's why you have to trim down some of the edges and some of the pieces, because when you cut it, it just kind of makes weird shapes. So you just kind of, you know, line it up and go the best way, hope for the best sort of. There we go, that's a little better. So there you go, look at that, check out the wall. You want to see a little further back? Here, I'll show you a little further back, okay? Clear this stuff here. So you're wondering to yourself, how does this compare, this wall? What, you know, you say that it's 4 squares high, but really what is 4 squares high? Well, this is Galactus next to 4 squares high. This is Fin Fang Foom, who technically, because the way his hand stretches out down here, can't get close enough to be completely adjacent to it with the wide side of his square. Check out Nemesis there. That's Sentinel. He's underneath. He's even blocked by this wall. It's so large. And in comparison to some older pieces, you may recognize this little structure here. That's one square smaller. Which means with these two pieces being adjacent to each other as they are, this here with Iron Fist and with Ben Riley, because they are only one square different, would be considered adjacent and therefore able to attack with a close combat attack. Now, poor Ben Riley with a slight tilt here. We gotta get a little 3D. There we go. Check that. Okay, here we go. Here's the test of the wall. I'm not putting Fan on there. The wall's nowhere near stable enough to hold that. But there you go. 3 squares. Galactus sits on it perfectly with some squares spare, it looks like. I'm not 100% sure. I have to wait until it's all marked out. Let's see if I go there. It looks like 3 extras on this side. But there you go, folks. There you go. Built the wall.